Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play .hack.gu Volume 2. This is Some Type of Artist. Last time we did a little quest with Syllabus and Gaspard. Gaspard said Syllabus was down. He didn't mention anything about it on the entire quest, and then he emailed saying, hey, I was down, but now I feel better. So, whatever. We ended off saying that we had an arena battle against Nala, so... What could happen now? Nala was being built up as this mysterious, wise old man that was helping us, and now we're forced to face him in hand-to-hand combat in the arena. What secrets will be revealed in this fight? I can't wait to find out, and I hope you guys are just as equally prepared.
I'm gonna invite Adelie and Alcade to go register for the tournament with me at the arena counter.
Thank you, Sao. You literally just said that at the end of the last video. But, hey. Whatever. Who cares? Let's go play a video game. Coon? Not Coon. I don't know why I selected Coon there. I think... I was thinking that... I've never really shown off that characters that are busy on your party list have, you know, unique dialogue if you select them. And I don't know, that's like a little touch that I do appreciate. Because I'm imagining it's like the same thing as if you're trying to like contact somebody that's actually like in the middle of something else and that's what they'd say. It's not just like the same as the offline thing. I do appreciate there's like more like an offline and a busy status and that you can see them. This team's formation focuses on offense. Oh man, Nala's a Lord Partisan? Holy crap. Since we barely mentioned it, Lord Partisan is the lance user, like Pyrrhus III, so that thin little man is using this gigantic drill lance.
So, do you often talk with Nala?
No, not really. We're in different units, so we don't get many chances.
I guess with a guild as big as Moontree, you know, they're not as, like,
better not let my guard down.
I don't know, friendly with each other.
Don't worry, now that we've trained together, I know we can take on anybody without a problem.
Two. Together.
Yeah, together.
She's such a troll, I love it.
What does she mean by that, Hasu?
We just, you know.
We fucked in a field and it was magical.
Come on, you couldn't log in, right? So...
We did some really hot, super secret training, just the two of us.
Fucking love Alcade, man.
Well, you see...
It is true, isn't it?
Yeah.
I see. Well, isn't that just fantastic?
Hey now, don't go getting yourself all worked up by jumping to conclusions.
Yeah, your jump to conclusions, Matt.
I want you to know, I'm really glad to have met the two of you.
Aw, cheesiness out of nowhere.
Okay.
Just to, like, show, like, she's just joking and not trying to be malicious.
Moontree's 4th unit leader. Can't ask for a more worthy opponent than that.
Well, serious, but, you know, whatever. Let's start the match already.
It's the semi-final round of the Holy Palace Tournament. Our guest is the legendary Arena Emperor, Antares. Playing online games too much makes my better half mad.
Yeah, well,
Here they come, our
can't really blame her for
the
that.
undeniable favorites of the tournament.
Especially when you're not really playing a game, but just, like,
Is almost in.
watching a game by playing the game. Like, they really should have, like, built up, like, the virtual reality aspect of GU more, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Team Haseo. He's come far, this one has. Has the little chick turned into a hawk?
Did Antares just call Haseo a chick?
The 4th unit leader of the Summon Council.
Oh, man, look at this,
And a sophisticated friend
this old man convention.
lies under the mask of this roguish fellow. A burning fire,
Oh, my favorite Let's Player is Nintendo Capri Sun, and I forget the context he said, but one of his more recent Let's Plays or videos, it might have been a video of a stream, he was playing Zelda 1 and talking about an old man convention, and I don't know, that's... it's a phrase that just I find very amusing.
Both teams have made it here without even breaking a sweat. What kind of chemical reaction will we witness today? Quietly.
Oh my god, look at the size of that thing. Like, so many of the weapons in this game are so exaggerated, and I really do like them, just because of how freaking over-the-top and ridiculous they are. It's like a shame we don't get more Lord Partisans to play with, or, you know, Flick Reapers, or Broadsword users. Instead we get, like, the one normal weapon is just the regular blade sword for blade brandiers, and we get, like, a ton of people that use them. Ooh, I just drilled right into my guts. Imagine if RPGs were, like, graphically accurate and, like, blood and guts just spewed everywhere every time someone hits somebody with a weapon. It's weird, like, in RPGs, they're always, like, I don't know, like, blunt objects where they're just supposed to, like, smacking them around with them. I don't know, I don't think I'd really want an RPG that's, like, very graphic like that. I'm definitely more of, like, a fan of the cartoony kind of, presentation. But, yeah, Nal is not too bad. Honestly, they're all offensive, so, you know, you don't really have to worry too much about magic users or them healing themselves or whatever. I have that paralysis attack on Haseo, that comes in handy a lot. Like, I prefer having the paralysis attack on the Twin Blades just because you hit more times with the Twin Blades, so there's, like, a better chance that each hit will, you know, get them.
Even so, we can't let ourselves lose. I'm gonna finish it now!
Well done.
What the? He opened himself up on purpose!
It's over.
And, once again, we have another arena match where you don't even need to take your opponent down all the way. Just like, what was it, like a third was of his health was left? I don't understand why they do that.
I wish you the best of luck on your final match, Master Haseo.
Well, that revealed absolutely nothing. Of course, what were you expecting with such a sarcastic intro? Yeah, I don't know, like... It's literally a match to, like, pit players against each other. It's supposed to be more intense, so, like... why are so many of them just, like... You don't even need to finish them off. Just, like, do half the battle, but whatever. Sakaki. What's up, Sakaki? Are you still talking like a bad guy? But you're a good guy, right?
Hiragi, what is it?
Please stop keeping company with one such as her.
With one such as her.
What's happened to you, Lord Sakaki? You don't act at all like you used to.
This is pathetic. It's funny seeing a pansy like you act so unmanly.
What was that?
That's not very PC, Bordeaux.
Hiragi.
Yes, Lord Sakaki.
Do you not trust me?
Yes, of course I do. I would follow you anywhere, Lord.
Then return to headquarters.
Must be nice having two Adelies around, Sakaki.
What's wrong, Hiragi?
Very well, as you wish.
Why not just cut him off? That stupid pansy's no good for anything anyway.
Ah, but there is a use for everyone.
Sakaki, that's not a very good guy thing to say.
Use for, huh? Oh, don't worry. I really don't care one way or another if I'm a pawn or whatever you want me to be. I don't care what I'm known as, so long as I get to bring him down. Not one bit.
Stubbornness, grudges, distractions. An exceptionally strong mind is needed to control Ida.
Controlling Ida, Sakaki, like... I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to have some reservations about how much of a good guy you really are.
We win that, then we can fight against Sirius. I get the feeling that I'll be able to talk with them once we're in the arena. So let's just be damn sure to win next time, alright, Haseo?
Man, it must really suck to have to, like, jump through so many hoops just to talk to one of your friends. It must be, like, so freaking obnoxious, just, like, being unable to just, like, send him a message and get a straight answer out of him. And yeah, I understand that he's, like, you know, under Ida's control or whatever, but... I don't know, from the scenes we've seen with Alcade and Sirius before, it kind of feels like Sirius is the kind of guy that, like, wouldn't even participate in a conversation unless it had to do with the arena. Like, I don't know. It would have been nicer to see, like, some more of Alcade and Sirius's relationship, but besides that one, like, kind of awkward... Oh my god, we just clipped right through Alcade! Oh my, I am so sorry. It would have been nice to see more of, like, their relationship, because I'm still not really sure what it is. Like, the way she, like, blushes and everything when he's, like, sort of flirting with her, I don't know, it kind of, like, seemed like there was something more there than just friends, but, like, at the same time, she's, like, all of a sudden enamored with Haseo. Like, it's still so weird, because she went straight from hating him to practically, like, being like, hey, go on an adventure with me, I need your help for something. And then it's like, okay, we're friends now. Like, I don't know. Like, I appreciate Alcade being here. Please do not get me wrong. But there could have definitely been, like, a better way to, like, bridge that gap between, like, Alcade hating Haseo and Alcade being in love with Haseo. Like, I don't know. Haseo could have said something, like, a little more reassuredly to her. Or something like that. Like so many people in this game just, like, fall in love with Haseo, and it's just, like, embarrassing. It, like, turns, like, straight up into, like, a harem anime by the end of it. And, like, the game knows it. The game makes, like, so many references to it. Like, if you talk to Kun after you beat the game, he, like, mentions how you're such a lady killer now. I think Alcade mentions at one point how many girls are, like, all around him. There's a wallpaper that literally has every single female character, including a couple of guy characters, all, like, surrounding Haseo, trying to, like, get his attention. It's like, and you know what? Harem animes are, like, whatever. Like, I loved Love Hina in high school. I thought that was great, and I thought it was hilarious, and I thought the art was really good, and I thought it was, like, super cute, and, like, romantic, too. I have no idea how I think about it now. I kind of want to revisit it, to be honest, but I'm so nervous at the inevitable cringe I'm gonna feel. But yeah, here though, when Haseo is just, like, such an unlikable character, it's like bad enough so many people are, like, wanting his friendship and attention, and for, like, even though all he does is just, like, you know, tell him to fuck off. But, I don't know, it's just, I just don't understand it at all. Like, if it was just Adelie that liked Haseo, I'm like, alright, fine, you know, main girl likes main guy,
Okay,
whatever.
let's go find the beekeeper
But just because, like,
mask.
there's, oh, I don't know. But, whatever. So we're in a shrine dungeon now. I figured, since we had such a short match, we can fit in another short quest. And this one's really not too bad at all. I'm keeping some of this, like, exploring in, but there are no monsters until you actually find this beekeeper mask that Haseo just mentioned. Like, it's a completely empty place. But, you know, since we don't see shrine dungeons that often, I figured, you know, let's just explore it for a little while before we start cutting, and then, you know, whatever. It's not for too long. but you'll basically find like 2 fake masks and then the real one. And then once that happens, you'll have to like monsters will appear basically, and you'll have to like fight your way back to a platform where you can warp out. And unfortunately, you can't use one of those like return feathers to warp back to the last platform you got to. They were kind of clever with that one. I'll give them that. That was something I was expecting them to completely overlook, but
No monsters anyway.
whatever.
What the hell?
Yeah, you said it, Haseo. And you know, of course, since this is a mission that was like from a long time ago, you know, all the monsters are pretty weak too. I think I do a fast forward segment for the rest of this, but whatever. So, but yeah, going back to like the arena thing, like I don't understand like why there's so many times in GU where I just feel like they just want the game to be as easy as possible for you, and it's like I don't want to say it's like kind of insulting, but it's like for a game that aims like so much drama in it that would honestly just be appreciated by, I don't know, just like teenagers and young adults, it kind of feels like they don't let you like try things or like play the game. It's almost just like the game is like a secondary part to a larger story. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Why can't I just like defeat Nala? Same thing with like Kun and Bordeaux and Alcade and everyone else I fought in the arena. It's like I don't know. It's frustrating. Because like I said, the arena is supposed to be like a personal match against another player, or at least that's the way it's presented in the story of this, and you know, so many of them just end halfway through and then they like automatically finish in like a cutscene or something. Not in this area, Alcade. It's just these weak enemies.
That was nothing. Really?
Literally. Took it down with just one attack. Yeah, but then he'll call some more, and then you defeat those, and then you know, run to the back. Man. I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like... Because the arena is something I do really like. I've mentioned that before. I do love, like more specifically in Volume 1, because that definitely played up more with, like, the tournament style of, like, storytelling and the trash talking before matches and stuff like that. You know, here I feel like the biggest match is when you actually end up going against Sirius, and it really has nothing to do with, you know, fighting Sirius himself, but like the 2 people that are with Sirius. But you know, something unfortunate that comes with that is like it gets very formulaic and patterny. Because, you know, it'll go like, let's train for the next match, and then we'll have our next match. And then it's like, okay, let's go train for the next match, and then we'll have our next match, or something else goes before it. It's like, I don't know, I wish there was more, like, story-related stuff that happened in between each match in the tournament that I could just level up with during, rather than being told, like, let's go train, like, over and over and over and over again. Because it just, I don't know. Like, I can't help but, like, wonder, are there just, like, too many unnecessary areas to, like, level you up? Or what? I'm trying to think of, like, ways Dot Hack could be better. And it's hard, because I feel like so many different things that could make Dot Hack better contradict about, like, the core concepts of, like, what I like in the beginning. Because, like I said, I really love the fact that this is an online game you're playing, because it's, like, it's a unique idea, and you have your own story being told within the people that are playing it. The story in GU just happens not to, like, be my cup of tea now, but the original games, I think it worked pretty well. But the hub world in the form of a town and going to areas, that's... I don't know. I get... It wouldn't make sense to, like, go from, like, random place to random place in a game like this, like you would in a normal RPG, but at the same time, I kind of feel like, you know, unless you're going to include more area varieties, there's really no way to get around it being repetitive. without, like, taking away the online game experience. I don't know, it's very tricky. Dot hack is very tricky. Like, you really have to, like the story to get into dot hack, I feel like, because the game is just, it's too repetitive. You know, even if it's fun, you know, you can only do so much of the same thing over and over for, you know, a certain amount of time. And that's just kind of like the unfortunate truth of it, which is why I think, like, it should have just been a single game rather than just like a trilogy or whatever, because, you know, I'm not saying, like, it needed to do things like a sequel would need to do, and, like, add completely new content to make it feel like a completely different game, but I do feel like there should have been more there in the first place to kind of, like, make the experience just not feel so stale so quickly. And again, that goes back to just being, like, the same monsters over and over again, like, the same couple of monsters in each area, and the same area types again and again, like, again, going back to the first series, once again, like, I don't know, each field had a different element, so there were 6 elements, so right off the bat, there were 6 different field types, and on top of which, you had things like weather affecting it, and sunsets affecting it, and night affecting it. Sometimes certain areas, certain element areas, had two different, like, area things altogether. Like, you could have a like a wood field and have it be a plain, and you can also have a wood field and have it be a forest. And I don't know, that really helped freshen things up. You know, each area had a dungeon you can go to. You didn't even have to explore the whole field if you didn't really want to. In fact, I think the game kind of discourages you from doing that sometimes, from exploring the field and just going straight to the dungeon. And there were 4 different dungeon types. You know, granted, I guess GU kind of ends up with the same amount in the end, but I don't know. I kind of feel like it takes less time to get through a dungeon in the original series, or at the very least, it's kind of more fun. Just because you have the field part that's always going to make the area seem different anyway. But I don't know. Anyway, so next time we're going to, I don't know, we'll do something else. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.